We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Torchbearer Sauce's Headless Horseradish Sauce. And see the graphic here. Yeah, okay. Ghost pepper, yes. Accidentally healthy, intentionally delicious. As usual from them. And of course, our ingredient panel. So let us take a look at that, shall we? We have horseradish, ghost chili pepper, garlic, canola oil, water, chipotle peppers, lemon juice, distilled white vinegar, Dijon mustard, horseradish powder, salt, chili powder, and black pepper. Now, what's interesting about this, as I've noted, is I am no fan of horseradish. I don't like that nasally thing it does, and I don't like the flavor enough. What's interesting, though, is that back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, for people who wanted to get a little bit of a burn, horseradish was, especially the strong varieties, was one of the things that you would see an awful lot of back in those less hot days. And so certainly that was something that my dad tinkered with because he liked to try to have some heat. Of course, black pepper. And he flirted with jalapenos and pizza peppers and that sort of thing. And habaneros was not really common in the area I was in, so I didn't actually have that until I moved out. And of course, I went to much higher heights, than he ever did on the Scoville scale. But certainly that was something he was always very, very interested in, was to try to find some heat. He liked a little bit of heat and things. And I think, had his stomach been able to tolerate it more, he probably would have been chasing right along with me, up into the higher heights and stuff. So, but that aside, so you can see it is very, very, it's sort of this beige sand, light orangey color here with flecks of peppers and flecks of different ingredients in it. So I think this actually looks pretty good. It reminds me, like I said, a lot of the garlic reaper. And I hate to say, well, it's just garlic reaper light, which is, I mentioned this in the review, which is of course available in the description down below. But this sauce, you can see, it's another one. Torchbearer makes really interesting sauces, and sometimes it takes me a while to get a feel for them. This one, I burned half the bottle, and I have to be a little judicious because I do want to keep this for the wing thing for Q4, which will be coming up at the end of December 2021. I do try to keep the hot one sauces so I can at least have them in that setting. And you can see this one I got to be a little judicious with, or I'm not going to have a whole lot of it left. And honestly, it's not because I find it particularly delicious. It's because I can't get a handle on it. So let's have a little look here at this. Okay. All right. And come here, you. So you can see it is very thick. It reminds me also of chipotle mayo. Spicy chipotle mayo that you might see, or spicy mayo you might see like in a fusion sushi place or something. Just beautiful, though. This is such a, you can see it flows really slowly. It sticks okay, but you see it pulls completely off the sides, which of course is canola oil itself sort of creating a barrier to sticking here, because this spoon also doesn't like things stuck to it. But I don't know if it's probably not. Yeah, it's too It's too runny for me to try to flip this spoon over, but you can see it does float pretty nice. It smooths out really well. And it's just, it is just a really nice looking sauce. So let's get to the getting though. Very creamy. A lot of particulates in there. It feels almost like granulated garlic. I'm assuming it is fresh, but I don't actually know, but I'm assuming it's fresh, but it kind of has that mouthfeel. And so I get a little bit of a burn from the ghost pepper, but really there's not a lot of horseradish flavor here. And more what I'm getting is garlic. You know, and that again brings me back to me comparing it to garlic reaper. Just because there's such a strong garlic presence here. Garlic is the third ingredient, but it is overrunning both horseradish and ghost pepper. I am getting some tongue tingles. I mean, the ghost pepper is definitely prominent. The smoothness is from the canola. There's a little touch of vinegar there. And if you eat enough of this, depending on what food it is, you'll start to get the little traces of the Dijon mustard, which is just excellent. So this is really what garlic reaper should have been. It should have been a sauce along these lines. So you can actually get good flavor before just being blasted to oblivion by the bitter of a super hot. So, all right. So today, what I have is a Lean Cuisine. What is this? Alfredo pasta with chicken and broccoli. Now, we know this is garbage. This is what it looks like. And this is not ever going to confuse anybody that it's good. But again, this is one of the uses we have for hot sauce a lot, is to try to make stuff that's not that great more palatable, right? And I was going to go with a big old fettuccine Alfredo, do it up nice, but I'm trying to be more healthy with stuff. So I went with this Lean Cuisine nonsense, and let's get a baseline. I'm expecting garbage. The Alfredo sauce is okay. There's not a lot of it here, though, of course. The rigatoni is okay. The broccoli is so-so. The chicken is awful, though. Chicken is just repulsive. I just love processed and, just formed chicken. That's my thing. Love it. As you guys have seen from my other chicken nugget videos, like the BK Ghost Pepper one. All right, so I got to cool it on this because I got to try to save some of this. So I put on what is probably a moderate amount. You can see it there. And I don't want it to necessarily overpower this. Actually, I kind of do, but I don't. That makes sense? And this tray is tiny little tray here. Okay, let's just see if we can get it there. And spread it around pretty well. Let's get me a napkin now. And then some of these noodles are just all different size. Well, I oversauced it. But it does work pretty well here. When I get little bits of the Alfredo sauce. I wanted to have a little bit of a burn. Just a little. This is a pretty moderate sauce, though, overall. I tried it on steak also. like a steak sandwich. And this needs a component to go with it. Some sort of a cream sauce is best. So with like a cheesesteak, you're gonna have some melted cheese and stuff in there. That'll help. I'm getting a pretty okay burn going now. I'm still trying to recover my tolerance as I film this. So I've got some, again, for December, I got some really hot stuff planned, some stupid hot stuff. Or what I think will be stupid hot. Maybe it won't. All right. Well, had I not oversauced that, I just overpowered the Alfredo too much. So using about maybe half of what I used would have been about perfect. But I got a really good mouth heat going on. Really enjoyable. I'm digging that. And yeah, I like this sauce. I don't know how I'm gonna keep it on hand, but it's solidly enjoyable. And with the exception of the Ultimate Annihilation, which won Sauce of the Year a couple of years ago, Torchbearer makes sauces different from everyone else. And that's usually why it takes me a while to get a handle on them. Because they're not making just the normal run-of-the-mill sauces we see. They, I would say more than any other sauce manufacturer, are making sauces just that are unique to them. And their use of the canola oil as an emulsifier, rather than something like the ubiquitous Anthem gum, is that they're trying to keep it all natural. And I mean, their labels don't look like anybody else's. I mean, they're really defined almost unto themselves. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. It just, we're so used to so many other sauces that when somebody comes along and just challenging everything like these guys do, it can definitely take, I mean, it's fun. It is fun to do this with this sauce. When it's something like this that you say, okay, well, it's all right, but what if I try this? What if I try this? That's the kind of sauce I think that's really fun to sit and tinker around with. This is definitely that. So I don't know if it turned people away like it did for me when I saw the word horseradish on there. Hopefully not, but if it did, I would say, step out and give it a chance. Yeah, this is I think one of their better sauces. I was pretty happy with this one. Definitely one of the ones on Hot Ones that I'm digging as well. So, but there it is, the Torchbearer Headless Horseradish Hot Sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.